Hello kids, my name is Miss Becky and this is the third week we are going to be discussing Advent. And so this week we are going to be discussing joyfully waiting on Christmas and Jesus being born and all the things that are so wonderful that come from that. And so we get to reflect on this day and think about how Israel waited for thousands of years for a Savior to come. In the beginning of the Bible, we learn about Adam and Eve. And while they tried really hard to obey God, they did disobey Him and sin entered into the world. And so sin is all the things that we do wrong. We talked about that last week. Sin are the things where if we're not nice to our friends or we disobey our parents, even if we think things that aren't nice, that's also a sin. We can be sinning and people might not even notice. And so while we can try and be good, we can try to get good grades, we can try to be obedient to our parents, there's always going to be sin in our lives because it entered into the world and we cannot fix it ourselves. And so Israel was waiting for years and years and years for a Savior to come and save them. And so we get to think on how Jesus, while He came and was born, He had a ministry and then He died on the cross for us to be clean, to be able to not, we will continue to sin, but if we ask Him for forgiveness and we look to Him and lean to Him, He's gonna try to make us more like Him. And He will let us be clean so we can be with Him for eternity. And that is just something we can be so joyful about during Advent season. And so we get to look at the Christmas time. There's lots of things that'll make us happy. So I'm going to talk about the difference between happy and joy. And so happiness is kind of like a momentary thing that makes us feel good. So like eating a really yummy cookie or petting a dog, little things that make us happy in a moment. But joy is the thing that will fill our hearts and make us feel it for a really long time. Joy creates hope, peace, and love, all the different candles of Advent, and it puts that into our hearts, where if we are happy and joyful, it'll be easier to love our neighbors. It gives us a hope when time is hard and a peace when also things are hard. And so joy is an extended period of being happy, and truly only Jesus can bring you that joy. And so this week we are going to do a craft where we make a grateful chain. And so during this Christmas season, there's lots of things that'll make us happy. There'll be toys you might get or clothes. You'll see friends that you might not normally get to see. But those things, you'll probably get bored of the toys eventually. You might outgrow the clothes. And things of this earth will continue to pass away. But Jesus being born and Him dying on the cross for us during that Easter season is what will bring us joy forever. And so something I've been doing during this Advent season is making this grateful chain. And so it looks like this. Some people might be making Advent chains where they rip off paper until Advent's over, or they're building it up till Advent's over. And so I'm doing the build up way, but I'm also writing something that brings me joy every single day. And so today is December 13th, and so I'll put a 13th one on this. And so, for example, things that bring me joy are God's grace for us, the family He's given me, even something like animals. I'm really grateful and happy to have animals in this world because I love my dog a lot and he brings a lot of joy into my life. And so just different things like that. And then by the end of the Advent season, you'll get to look at this long chain and see all the things that you're so grateful for that the Lord has brought to you. And so all you need for that is some paper, tape, scissors, and markers or something to write with. And so it's super easy. You just cut out different strips, write something on it, and then you'll fold it like so with a piece of tape. And then you'll hook another one through it. You'll go through it and fold it as well. And that's how it ends up looking like this. And so I would recommend making them really long and thin. I did not do that, and so that's why it's so scrunched together. But whatever you want to do, you do. And so with that, we are going to light the Advent wreath. And so this week, our candle is pink, the candle of joy. It's also called the shepherd candle. and it's the liturgical color for joy. And so we get to be reminded of all the joy that comes with Jesus being born. And this is also called Gaudete Sunday. I might be saying that wrong. And so it is just a day that we get to be in full joy, that we're halfway through the Advent season, and we get to look forward to Jesus' coming. And so with that, I'm going to light the Advent wreath. And so here's my Advent wreath. It's right here. I know it's hard to see, but I'll hold the candles and light them. So the first Advent candle is the candle of hope. Jesus is our hope. He died on the cross to save us and give us everlasting life. The light of hope shines in the darkness, and that darkness has never put it out. We light this candle for hope. The second candle is the candle of peace. Jesus is our peace. His peace is deep within us, reaches out to friends and strangers, and brings justice to our world. We light this candle for peace. The third candle is the candle of joy. The miracle of Christmas is that even though there's so much sadness in the world, the joy of Christ deep within us can help us reach out to the sad, the suffering, and the lonely. We light this candle for joy. And we get to be thankful that the Lord continuously brings us joy, hope, and peace. And so thank you guys for showing up this week. I hope you have fun doing this craft, and I can't wait to talk to you guys next week. You have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Bye.